Tiffany, and I love AVA Live Radio.
This is Brian J. Klein, and I love AVA Live music.
Hi, this is Naomi Psalm from Blue Cinema, and I love AVA Live Radio.
Hi, this is Steve Minotti, and I love AVA Live Radio.
Hi, we're Orange Avenue, and we love AVA Live Radio.
Hello, AVA Live Radio fans. This is Jacqueline Jax here with you on Hot Topic Tuesday. Today I'm going to be talking about selecting your brand name for your music or your business. You know, last week I gave you 8 terrific questions to help you determine who it is that you are, what you're going to be about, and who you think your fan base will be. If you did that for me, this is the next step. If you didn't catch that show, then you'll want to go to avaliveradio.com right after we're done today and catch it on the replay. Just look it up under Secrets of Success. You'll see all the topics, and Hot Topic Tuesday from last week is what you want to look at. I'm glad you're joining me today because over the next couple of months, I'll be taking you through a step-by-step plan for selling your music or your products online and making sure you're building a fan base that not only purchases from you but is excited to share in your journey. I also have some answers to a few of your Ask Jax questions up on avaliveradio.com today, so make sure you go to the website after this and check it out. Those of you who submitted after the last week's show, we went ahead and addressed them piece by piece right to you, but we also posted them online so that some of those questions got answered and you can benefit from them. You might not even need to ask the questions if we keep posting them because eventually we'll hit every single thing, I'm sure. Before I begin, I just want to remind you guys that AVA Live Radio is not for profit and relies solely on your donations. So please contribute to the support of our programming this year. One way you can do that is by purchasing my newest CD called P.S. I Love You by Jacqueline Jax. I'm making sure that all of the sales that are raised over the course of the holidays are going to go for the programming at avaliveradio.com, and it makes an awesome gift for friends and family, so go pick up the physical CD. That can be done at reverbnation.com/Jacqueline Jax. And of course, it's on iTunes if you want to get your own personal copy downloaded to your iPhone or something. But we really rely on your contributions, so that's a great way to give back, and you're getting a really cool CD that it's not very expensive, and it's a really great gift. I'm sure everybody will like it. Also, AVA Live Radio is coming out with a terrific series of workbooks that will walk you through this step-by-step process in depth of everything that I share with you here on Hot Topic Tuesdays and so much more. The books are set up to easily guide you guys through selling your music online or your brand, building your brand and your products, from branding your image to building a fan base that will grow and share with you and all of the exciting things that you're about to go through. So you definitely want to get their workbooks. There's going to be several of them. First one comes out very soon, so you can sign up on avaliveradio.com or go through Jacqueline Jax. If you guys get lost, just send me an email. I'll tell you how to sign up for the workbooks. That's something that's going to be really valuable. Because, you know, as you fill in the workbook, it's great because you're going to have, one, a point of reference to go back to, and two, you have, without having to re-listen to the shows all the time, you actually have it there for you step by step. Plus, it gives you a nice daily plan that you're going to follow, and it's also going to give you step by step on things like managing your fan bases and what you should be sending out in emails and how you should approach your social media pages and things like that. Definitely with daily reminders and pointers that you should be doing and shouldn't be doing, so you don't make those common mistakes that everybody kills off their Facebook land using. So how to choose a name for your brand is very important. I think, and the clients that I've worked with, I always say that this is the most important decision that you will make at this point in both your music career and branding your products online. Even if you've already selected a name, be sure to listen in because you want to make sure that your name is not getting in your way. And I say that because a lot of names get in your way, and there's some reasons for that we're going to go over today. If you think that you should change your name, it's better to do it now so your name won't stand in your way of success. And if you have more than 10,000 fans already with the name that you have used, and you've already done a lot of work on that name, then in some later shows we're going to show you how to get around it. But it does make it a little harder. The wrong name is something that can really work against you. It's something that makes selling your products very, very difficult. And we want to make sure that you guys are getting everything that you deserve here on Hot Topic Tuesdays. We want to make sure you get a really good name. It's very valuable, and it's something that it has to do with your future. So let's really focus on it. I have seen many musicians discovered that the hard way that unsearchable band and product names can not only prevent fans from finding you, but can stop opportunities from coming your way. And I see this all the time with products and with musicians. The wrong name can not only frustrate your fans and your customers, but it can hurt your sales. It can reduce event attendance, concert attendance for music people. It can discourage very valuable opportunities from happening. I mean, I've seen a lot of PR people and people try to get a hold of a band member, and they don't have that many hours to search you out and find your contact pages. And because you don't have something that's easily found, they don't give you that opportunity. It just goes. It disappears because they don't have time to put in to actually search you out. And it's all about like that instant opportunity, right? It's right when it happens, that person's on, they're ready to give that opportunity to somebody, and they've got their eye on you, but they can't find you. So that's the worst thing that could possibly happen in your life. And it also makes your social media pages feel like absolute ghost towns, because if your name is hard to find, guys, they're not going to look very, very hard at all, I promise you. A terrific, unique, and memorable name is definitely going to help you get listed on the search engines, both for YouTube, for WordPress if you're on there, for any of the social media sites, and iTunes. If you're going to do apps, you definitely want a searchable name. And I'm going to go through now some of the things to think about when choosing your brand name. And these are things that are very important to think about and things that you don't want to do wrong. If you're going to use a common name, this is the first one. Choose a name that's easy to remember but not so common that it gets your information lost in that sea of search results. Now, what I mean by that is you don't, first of all, want to copy anyone's name, and you don't want to be so closely related to another domain name, or especially a popular domain name, that you will be mistaken. Mistaken identity will never get you anywhere. If you think you're going to copy someone's name or get close to it and capitalize on their fans, it will never happen, because the minute that fan reaches your page and realizes that that's not where they want to be, they haven't even read a thing on your page. They just know that that's not where they need to be, and they're going to bypass you altogether. It will not only make you undesirable, but it's going to get in your way, because fans that really will want you will probably find the other products before you. So you really want to make sure that you don't compete. Don't look to compete, and don't try to compete. If you're going to use one word for your name, be sure it's not a word that is so commonly searched. Let me give you an example. Let's take the word blue. The word is extremely common, right? You search it all over. If you type in Google right now while you're listening to this with me, and you'll get like 1 billion search results for blue. So what does that mean to you? Well, if someone is trying to find you and your name is Blue, it's going to be near impossible to find you, right? Yeah, it's going to be near impossible. And if that's happening, then you're never going to drive traffic easily to your web pages unless they know exactly where they're going. So what this means is you want to choose things like, say, the Blue Band, Little Boy Blue, or Black as Blue are possibilities that would be more specific. And this is a really general example, but it could be anything. You just don't want to get something so unsearchable that there are so many people out there with the same kind of combination. You want to try and narrow in. And how do you find that? Well, when you do searches, you can actually put them in quotation marks, and we're going to go through that in just a second. But you want to make sure that your brand name or music brand name that you're choosing is not something that's common. So if you're going to use a real name, like a lot of people will use their real names for their bands, which is a very good thing to do, using your real name is always a great idea. Why? Because no one else will probably have it. And the best thing about it is that if you don't have the money to trademark the name, they can't stop you from using it because it's your birth certificate name. And you might not know this, but the laws actually protect people who have the names on their birth certificates. If you're using your birth certificate name as stated on your birth certificate identically, nobody, even with a trademark that exists or gets in the future, can take that name away from you. And that's really, really important because you might not have the money to trademark it in the beginning. So even if somebody has it, they will not be able to stop you from using it. If you're going to select a new first name or a new last name for yourself, this is your chance to come up with something catchy, isn't it? Very easy to remember. You could. What I always like to do with an artist is, or a brand is take the first name and change their last name to something catchy or playful that goes more with the genre of music or, the personal brand that they want to build. Maybe even use a nickname. Just be sure to keep in mind that your musical style, if you're a musician, and the kind of artist you want to be has to kind of fit that name. In other words, if you were going to be Whiplash, you wouldn't be a classical artist. You might be like more of a rock or grunge band. So you want to kind of make sure that the name you fit works. It kind of could be a visual of that artist or that personal brand that you'd like to be. I want to make it as believable as possible. So keep that in mind when you're choosing. Watch your spelling, guys. Definitely watch your spelling. Spelling does really count in this scenario. Even if it's fun and cute to change the spelling of common words, it's really a lot of work, and it will work against you so many ways. Just think about it. How likely is someone new going to remember how to spell your brand or product name if it sounds like a common word, but it's spelled totally differently? It's not even in the dictionary. And it also consider that practical usages, like if a spell check is involved and it doesn't recognize the name, it's going to spell check every single time somebody tries to do a search on it, and they're never going to find you. Spell checks go off without us the minute we hit enter in some cases, like on iPads or iPhones, and that's going to work against your fans. Every time they try and spell your name, it's going to change it before their very eyes, and that's very, very frustrating. Plus, look ahead now, because you're going to be working twice as hard getting people to remember the spelling, which is certainly, it ups your media costs, it ups your sweat equity costs. Overall, it's just going to work against you from the beginning, and it's a very, very tricky thing to pull off. So watch the spelling on everything, guys, and definitely don't use symbols. When was the last time you had to type in a symbol? When you did it, it wasn't really easy to find, and I'm great with computers, but I use symbols so rarely that I couldn't begin to find an unusual one, let alone know what it's called. Most people, they're so foreign that they don't even know what the symbols are called. So please, no symbols of any kind, and watch that spelling. Now, how do you test it? Once you decide on a name, or you've got a list of a few possibilities, you're going to go and track these domain names. You're going to go test them out. So let's talk about doing some research. Google is the best way to research the domain names. So let's search for one of my examples. Go to Google and enter in the blue band. So I'm putting in the blue band in quotes so that Google only searches for those three words strung together. Now, if you look it up, you're going to see that the blue band comes up at the top of the list because their name is unique. So I also noticed that their social pages and related articles all about the blue band all come up in a string right there. That's great, right? Now try searching my name, Jacqueline Jax, in quotations. If you notice, same thing happens. Because my name is unique and it's not a copy or close to anyone else's, my website, my social media pages, my videos, everything that I have comes up and gets pictured right there on the first page for you. Why? One, because I have a lot of hits driven to them, and two, because it's a very unique name. It's not close to anything else, and it's not going to be mistaken for anything else. There's only one Jacqueline Jax doing what I do out there, and that's very, very important that you do that right from the beginning. So now I want you guys to do searches on all the web platforms that you may want to use in the future. And this is really important. You need to be able, you don't have to be able to get them all, but if available, you should get them all. Every time there's a new platform that comes up, you should have it. You should have your name on that platform. Even if you don't use it, you should still have one, because you don't want someone coming along and getting that platform, like say Facebook or YouTube or Twitter. You don't want somebody else to have the name. You want to have the name. Otherwise, you end up having to put like the word official on the end of it that more identifies you. And you don't want that. So do searches, do yourself a favor, go on Facebook, go on YouTube. Video streams and live broadcasting can be used there. On Twitter, it's easy for your fans to find you and tag you here as well, so you definitely want a Twitter. It's a great site for quick updates and viral news and things like that. GoDaddy is a great domain place, or Yahoo. Google also has some for you to find if the domain name actually exists and is available to you, and in what form, whether .com, .org, and you really might want to think about buying more than just one. Maybe you definitely need the .com, but you might want to go ahead and buy the .org, .net too, and .tv if you're going to get in that business. Well, also, if you're a musician, ReverbNation.com and CD Baby are very important music platforms where you can sell your music, so you'll want those. MySpace, still great for musicians, and still able to link that up to your social feeds as we get further in this whole Hot Topic Tuesday venture of ours. So you might want to get your MySpace. Pinterest is a new one, very, very popular for products and music. Pretty much everybody that shares a picture is going to use Pinterest. So share your pictures and allow your fans to rep them, for you just by repinning. So you got definitely want Pinterest. Instagram is also today's most popular photo sharing app on iPhones and iPads, so you'll definitely want to look into Instagram. And Flickr. Flickr.com is so overlooked, but it's great for sharing photos. It offers you a lot of free storage, that storage platform with great search engine listings. So those are some of the ones you're going to want to look into and make sure that you have available on your domain name. When you buy your name, once you've decided on a name for yourself, your product, or your band, it's going to be time to buy. And here's the thing. Don't go with an expensive domain name carrier. You don't need to. You should be paying less than $10, especially for the first year. And if you can afford it, you really want to buy more than 2 years on that domain name. I would buy 4 or 5 years if I could afford it. I definitely would buy as many as possible, because you get a discount in the beginning, and after that, sometimes, in some cases, you might be asked for quick renew at like $34 a year, which is kind of ridiculous, and then you have to switch carriers. So I always use GoDaddy or Yahoo. Yahoo does kind of put the price up, so GoDaddy doesn't really. They offer really good prices, and both services does do auto renew, and they're great at reminding you so that you will never lose your domain name. But as I said before, the more years you can buy in the beginning, the better, guys. So really heed my warning on that one. You're also going to need some email addresses for the future shows. So as we're setting all this stuff up, make sure that you have the ability to set up at least three email addresses once you start. Like I said, we'll be talking about that in the future. So just a little look ahead. Remember, all these tips and questions from today's show are coming from questions and conversations submitted by all of you to the Ask Jax link on JacquelineJax.com and from my discussion groups on LinkedIn. So you might want to check in with me there and also think about LinkedIn as a profile for you guys. Well, that's it for selecting your name. If you guys have any questions or you want to check a name by me, just go to the Ask Jax link on avaliveradio.com or my main website, JacquelineJax.com. I hope you guys like this show. Be sure to sign up for those workbooks because they are going to be really valuable to you guys, and they're great to note all this stuff down. Make sure you have your passwords there and everything so that You won't have to remember where you put all this stuff and stay organized. Remember, those workbooks will provide you with a good step-by-step process and depth of everything that I share here on Hot Topic Tuesdays, and so much more. We're going to be going through selling your music online, branding your image. If you haven't checked out that show, we already did it on avaliveradio.com, so go back and hear it. Also, building a fan base that will grow with you and share in this great journey that you're about to embark on. Isn't that awesome? So, guys, it's been great to see you on Hot Topic Tuesday. I see my message board is already lighting up. I'm going to go check my messages and see how you guys are doing this beautiful Tuesday morning. Be sure to join me next week as I break down another piece of the puzzle to selling more music and products and building a stronger fan base. Next week, I'll be helping you guys write a fantastic online profile for your music, personal, or product websites and social media pages. That's so important. All of this stuff is important. So I'm going out with some awesome music from our Top 20 New Music Countdown, so stay tuned. This is Jacqueline Jax sending my biggest hug your way. Thanks for joining me for another Hot Topic Tuesday on AVA Live Radio.
I'm standing on the edge of a cliff, but I'm too scared to look down. I'm diving into the pool of your love. Do I know that I won't drown? Or do I know you'll be there to catch me, that I won't crash to the ground? I guess I don't, but I still believe I feel it somehow. Inside out to give all of me to you. But you gotta want it, feel it, see it, need it, believe it's true. If you wanna fall in love with me, then I could fall in love with you. I could fall in love with you. We've both gone tumbling over other cliffs like this before. I hear the wounds in every word you speak. You're still so sore. Stakes are raised with every time we try for something more. We stay in the games of love, the prize we're fighting for. Love, the prize we're fighting for. 'Cause I could love you, that's if you want me to. I turn myself inside out to give all of me to you. But you gotta want it, feel it, see it, need it, believe it's true. If you wanna fall in love with me, then I could fall in love with you. I could fall in love with you. Who knows how many times we'll get a chance to feel this way? Isn't it about time you stop living by what others say and thought for a second how you like to spend your days? We could search for our whole lives and never find what we might throw away. 'Cause I'm standing on the edge of a cliff, but I'm too scared to look down. I could love you. I could love you. I could love you. That's if you want me to. I turn myself inside out to give all of
And that
me.
was Shauna Sweeney with Cliffhanger. Great song, Shauna. Next up, we've got Steve Minotti with Butterfly.
I'm not trying to change the woman that you are, because you can't keep a butterfly bottled up in a jar. I can let go of your hands, but not your heart. How can something so simple always seem to be this hard? Uncover all the secrets you buried beneath the sand. You build love out of the truth, so trust me if you can. And I won't try giving you what you won't take from my hand. I never stop loving you. Yeah, I just stop trying. And if you can't be with yourself with me, why should I have to live your life? It's time for the cocoon to open and turn into a butterfly. You can see my tears go down as I watch you fly. I'm not trying to hurt you. I've always been a gentleman. Someone you can count on, to trust and understand. And I won't try giving you what you won't take. No, I won't try giving you what you won't take. No, I won't try giving you what you won't take from my hand.
And that was Butterfly by Steve Minotti, one of our co-hosts here at AVA Live Radio. I got another one for you. This is by Zara Phillips and Daryl DMC McDaniels. This is called I'm Legit.
At night I can't sleep, I toss and turn.
Some nights I'm tossing and turning in my bed.
At night I can't sleep, I toss and turn.
Imagining your face, but I know what I'm up against. Feels like I'm climbing a mountain, swimming upstream. Hold me, I'm falling. I'm falling further away. Tell me, do you remember
A little baby,
when you're on the street?
running out on the streets that I'm walking that thing.
You look for me.
Are you looking for me the way I'm looking for you?
I look for you. Oh, how I wish that I
They say that life is a mystery, and I just wanna know my history. What's my purpose and destiny? Why these secrets is kept from me? I'm living my life from chapter 2. Wanna start at page 1 like you all do. Are you looking for me like I'm looking for you? This chapter of my life is called I Wish I Knew.
evening comes. Can you hear me call for you?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
In the hope that you will somehow hear me too. I'm under the moonlight, what's there in this dark night? I need to know you and tell you that I'm okay. Tell me, do you remember
A little baby,
when you're on the street?
when I'm out on the streets and I'm walking that thing.
You look for me.
Are you looking for me the way I'm looking
The
for
way
you?
I look for you. Oh, how I wish that I
At night I can't sleep, I toss and turn. Contra reality is what I wanna learn. But they are telling me I can't see the proof. Want a little piece of paper that's supposed to true of who I am and what I be. Yeah, I'm living, but I'm missing a part of me. I have a right to know where I come from, cause it's my human right just like everyone. I'm not ashamed that I was born and how I came into this world. It's not wrong. My identity must identify with every part of me until the day I die. In my own country, I am living a lie, cause they're ashamed of me and I don't know why. It's the lies that cause all the guilt and shame, but the truth will set us free and kill all the pain. I'm legit, not illegitimate, and I will not quit. This rhyme I'ma spit until I get my original birth certificate. So give it up. Wanna know my history? Why these secrets is kept from me? Wanna start at page 1 like you all do. This chapter of my life is all I wish I knew.
remember.
Terrific song by Zara and Daryl. Great one. Can't wait to hear some more stuff from you guys. This next one is by Tara Eberle with Iridescence and Gasoline.
All right, put your right hand and open your heart. Pay attention to what you start, and always be true to your heart, true to your heart.
That was Gasoline by Tara Eberle with Iridescence. Next one up, and the last one for today. Have a great day, guys. This is Naomi Psalms with Already Hit Send.
I need to read your eyes, not your words from miles away, to see your blushing face, turn this and that way, and
rising